My Gavanan Melonin, and well met indeed. I'm Arachir Galadirthan, head of the modding team behind Divide and Conquer. But welcome back to Warhammer 2 as we continue on as the Wood Elves. The ritual of rebirth begun in our last episode, and we are now going to have to defend it. Although, I believe we've actually defeated both of the two scripted armies that are rising up to attack it. One just started down here, and we moved over and defeated those, and the other was up here, but they've gone now that Ariel's Hall... It's either because the Dark Elves passed through and did it themselves, which I don't think they can. I assume it's because Ariel's Hall changed hands, and so it's no longer a viable location. Now, there might be an additional army that will spawn somewhere out here in the Plain of Spiders, but we will wait and see. In the south, in Erun Lasgalan, our tides fare slightly differently. Vulas has quite a sizable little army now, but the orcs, of course, beat her back into Erun Lasgalan, and they come for our blood. But they will leave in coffins. We wouldn't do them the service of putting them in coffins. They will leave as a pyre of fiery cinder and ash. And other than that, though, we are just going to end the turn as we hope to get this ritual completed. Now, we're in a sticky situation of trying to defeat the Forgebound, one of only 3 remaining Dark Elf factions in the north, without incurring the ire of Naggarond. Thus is our current quest, essentially. Can we get Naggarond to like us? Oh. Are you going to try and... Beast treating me, yes! Yes! Absolutely noodly. You can have Ariel's Hall, that does not matter to me. Ah, and they've attacked Erun Lasgalan. Very well. The war comes. Right, so Thogga Taker has got a lot of melee savage orc biggins. He's got 3 savage orcs, who are slightly worse than the biggins. And there's 2 archers in that army. There's 2 archers in the reinforcing army, which is made up of the same army composition. So it's a whole heap of melee with a couple of archers. Our army is made up, as you might expect, of formidable forces, and we are going to absolutely ruin the orcs' day. There is not a chance in all the heavens of the Warhammer universe that these orcs are going to be able to beat us today. And if they do, I will be absolutely dumbfounded in their success. Thogga Taker does not strike me as a great leader. He's not going to inspire his men to feats of unbelievable heights, is he? Let's be honest. He's going to die, whimpering and wet, covered in the shafts of Wood Elf arrows. And as his orcs see his fate, so too will they flee, is the plan. Now, they're attacking us, so we can just pull back and defend. And look at this wonderful gift we've been given up here. A hill to end all hills. And fortunately, look at that. A little cliff-top overlook. That's interesting. We have the most gigantic army ever. So many improvements over older Total Wars. Right. Deepwood Scouts can run around, so we'll get them out early doors to start shooting the enemy. So can the Glade Riders. You're going to do the same thing. Now, as people have mentioned, Treekin are actually a very aggressive unit and should not be used to defend. They should be used to attack your enemies. Strike infantry, essentially, in the form of large trees. So we'll put them in the trees and curl them around on that right-hand side so they can move in and hit. The bulk of our army is going to defend here, so we want the more defensive line units to take up... Oh, Eternal Guards with shields, yes please. You are going to form the front lines. On your side will be the slightly more aggressive units, who we will leave in the trees in the hope that we might be able to... I think they're probably going to be discovered. That's probably too close, really, isn't it? How cheesy can you cheese it? Can you all hide on top of each other? Ah, oh, yes, you totally can. All right, we'll stand them all together there. It's not really that cheesy, is it? They're just all standing on top of each other. All right, and then we've got these, but we don't want to put them all... So we'll break the archers up. So we'll take 4 of you and stand you on this wonderful cliff. He says. Only 3 of you, actually. So it's nice to have you nice and spread wide. I'm not sure they're actually going to do that well on that cliff, so I don't want to take too many of them. No, you can group individual units, didn't they? You are just going to form a nice straight line. And then you've got those guys covering your flank. Now, Thulas is actually quite a useful little spell weaver. Got the word, so she can help. We'll also put the Dryads on the right-hand side as well, so that flank has got lots of protection. We want to try and curl them all that way, so the Treekin are free to smash into that side. Although, oh, and we've got a Treeman. the individual monster unit, who is also, as I understand it, aggressive and should be used as such. So why don't you group up with your fellow tree-like men, women? Is that what you'd call them? And Zaltothios is an archer, so let's stand him at the back. That's enough winds of magic, so let's get about our business. There's killing to be done, and we're going to do it. Oh, actually, I've pulled you back way too soon. Just stay there for now, stay there for now, stay there for now. Allez, oopa. As soon as you are able to fire, unleash a fury upon our green-skinned foes. Ah, their archers are the ones coming forward, and I would be keen to thin their ranks as quickly as we can, actually. And the arrows fly. I, for one, am a person who is quite pleased that arrows have quite discernible trails in later games. It's nice to see exactly where your arrows are going, which is not something that's wholly possible in the older iterations. So I quite like that, but I know a lot of people really dislike the arrow trails. But if memory serves, you can either turn them off, or you are able to download a mod which turns them off. So if you don't like them, there are solutions. Keep pulling back, don't let their orc archers fire back at you. Alright, we actually outnumbered them, and we've killed about 30 or so orcs. But I think that's probably all the harassment you guys are going to be able to do. You might as well just walk back now. Although the cavalry can take a nice wide stance, we'll get you ready to flank. Move the Dryad line further forward and set them up ready to assault as well. Oh, and we've got the unique unit as well, the Wraiths of the Frozen Heart. Interesting, the sprites... Oh no, they are a bit darker blue. They're sort of a blue versus a brown, aren't they? They still use the same sort of sprite mechanism. That's interesting. But then why wouldn't they? It's the most efficient way to represent that many units without slowing the game engine down. Alright, some of the savage orc biggins have foolishly decided to rush our line, where they have just been absolutely melted away. Plenty more where that came from. It's a shame we don't have any Hawk Riders down in the south here, though. Ah, yeah, I don't think you guys are actually going to be useful. Whilst in real life, that would be the perfect place to have archers along that cliff top. In a game, unfortunately, it's actually just going to get in the way, isn't it? But speaking of getting in the way, they're curling around to the left far too much for my liking. Charge out into those. Cavalry can come and assist. Wildwood Rangers! We've met the enemy. Ah, bugger. Pull away. Oh, that was perfect timing. Well done, well done, well done, well done. The enemy thinks they've got the drop on us, but little do they know that hiding in the trees are scores of our own men, ready to smash the foe. And speaking of scores of men, let's bring some tree folk in. Who's this charging our lines? It's Vicious Gobspit. Hello, my name's Vicious Gobspit, and today I'm going to talk to you about the plight of orc kind in the world of Warhammer. Curl around the side there. See, the zoom in this one is ridiculously fast compared to Med 2's Total War camera. In they come. Thud, 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 thud. Alright, is anybody sort of bunched up enough yet to call on the tree? I don't really think so. They are getting destroyed, these orcs, aren't they? Right, you can go in there, you can come around and flank behind. Cavalry, give us a curl around there. And the War Dancers, you have your quarry. Savage orcs, they are not going to fare well against War Dancers, surely. So we've got the fight in the forest. The front line holds quite nicely. The archers are all doing all right. The treekin have hit those big uns and they are smashing them. And we're going to pull him down. Oh, victory is already in our grasp. Thogger Dooftaker, or whatever his name was, really is not very good. Not a leader of orcs, as expected. And as promised, we will pile high the bodies of the dead orckin here today. We shall burn them, and the pile will be seen for miles around, warding off any would-be orc attackers. This is not the place for them. Come on, Treekin. Can we move with a touch more... anything, really? Oh dear. Particularly you. You've got massive legs. Just take bigger steps. It's easy. Let me show you how. Savage Orc boys. It's really going down, isn't it? The number of them. Oh, it's over. Right. We will chase them back to Chakwa and use this as an opportunity to claim it. That was a remarkably simple victory. We lost hardly anything. Although we didn't kill as many of them as I would have liked, actually. Our top kills, 132 archers. Fortunately, we can't see our reinforcements kills. Disappointing. But 132 and 142 with archers, sorry. 97 the Dryads, the Wraith of the Frozen Heart. That's very good. One War Dancer took 65, one only did 17. But then that makes me think that some of these units may not have actually just been involved in battles for very long. And of course, Lulas herself didn't really do out because she didn't have call. There was no need for her to get involved, so she hasn't done much. But a victory, nevertheless. Balls to it, let's take the money. And then we can rush him down. Oh, and he's gone very far away. Right, here we are. Midland's been destroyed. Rumours of a possible threat to the world routes have emerged in this region. Oh, that's miles away. I'm not bothered about that. There's possible threats all around by the looks of it. Yes. She can get back to there, but if we do that, she can hop in to Lothlorien. Although actually what she can do is head down there and hit him. But I think we want to move to Lothlorien and then change her stance once we're in there. How much money have we got? 3,600. Let's build that. Reduces construction costs as well, which is nice. She can world routes when the time is right. Ah, and Thulas, you upgraded. Nice. Welcome. Let's keep making you better down here. Growth and public order. That's ideal. Right. Listen. Wipe them out. All of them. Thogger Toothtake is no more. Vicious Gobspit's pathetic band of... I mean, he would call it an army. I would call it fodder. Continues to plague our northern border, but we will hound him out. That one gives 400 income. Furs, growth, you give 700. Wine, resource production, let's go with that one. Slightly more expensive, but it'll give more money. Ah, I shouldn't have done that. Because if we stayed back here, we would have replenished for that turn. Ah, that was foolish, Gallo. That was foolish. Nevertheless, it's done now. What's done is done. So we're not going to get Ariel's Hall anytime soon. They don't want that. You must have liked that we did ceased war with them. Oh, the hatred, the trespass is still there. I don't have any money anymore either, do I? No. And our research, how far along the tree are we? 26 turns away from Kitharai or Sitharai. It's a long way away. We're about to get better Elven units though, which is always nice. But another end turn. We need to kick Clan Rictus out. We could do with moving on them and just wiping them. Oh, I bet they absolutely do have that province down in the south, don't they? That's where their insurrections are coming from. So once the forest has been cleansed, before we send the sisters off to assist in another forest, we will just ensure that we take that southern region as well. Just to stop the Skaven. The scheme of doom performed. Clan Skrar. They've done a thing. Ah, Nehex 4 has got negative growth. That's disappointing. Night and day. Right, you can move back to normal. And yeah, that's definitely Skaven owned. So I think we should move and take it. How long until the ritual's complete? 3 turns though. That's as long as it would take for the ritual's complete. So probably shouldn't move out just yet. Oh wow, that's dirt cheap. Jeez. Yes, please. Right, and then you guys... Ah, he made it back to the city. Oh, and it has a gigantic garrison. I share the forest. I'm not going to move on it then yet, no. Let's march you into Erin Lascallan and get them all... Oh, that's... Oh, it was going up, but it isn't any longer. Ashlotl. Itza. Yes, non-aggression. If I tried to get a defensive alliance with them, do you think it would work? Do we want a defensive alliance with them? Those are the ones I would choose, because we can take Chakwa, and then if we get these on our side, that will make the tree grow. And that will be enough for the ritual. So, 2 minds about that, 2 minds.
Not possible.
Oh, we've got him on us. No, I think it's just another end turn. I'm interested to see what happens at the end of the ritual. I want to keep the army in Lothlorien because, of course, I've not played as a Wood Elves under this iteration. And I'm concerned that the final turn of the ritual will be an attack on your city no matter what, right? Regardless of whether or not you hit the potential armies that were rising up against you. I think a magical army will just appear to attack us. So I don't want to move south to the obviously Skaven settlement in the south. Until that's completed, and it now only has 2 turns left, so we will stay and we will wait. And in the south, you can change up your positioning so that you can train again. We can train some units to bolster you. We should be able to take Chakwa on. Just need something a little more in your army. Oh, we can get Swift Shiver Shards on our Deepwood Scouts. I'm assuming that Swift Shiver Shards are armor piercing. Ah, they have less range, but they fire 2 arrows. Oh, that's interesting. That's very interesting. That doesn't sound very useful, with my knowledge of multiple arrows in Total War games, particularly modding of. I assume Starfire Shards are armor-piercing. Armor-piercing missiles, yes, there we are. Oh, I've accidentally trained them. No, I don't want to do that. I wanted to just unpin them. Who's best to have in our army here, though? The Orcs. We've got a couple of units that counter. We could do with more spears, because they had quite a few cavalry units, didn't they? We can get Eternal Guards with shields for twice the cost, but I'm not concerned about that, to be honest. Charge defense against large foes, charge defense against large foes, anti-large, anti-large. I think shielded is worthwhile, though, isn't it? Yeah, so shields just give you anti-archer capacity. I'll take that. I'll take that all day long. But while we can, we might as well chuck in a normal one as well. Any spears are spears. Although if we wait, we can get another. No. We'll just train them. Chakwa's not going to grow stronger than we are. We'll always be able to best them in battle. They're not going to take any of these surrounding regions. Although it looks like the army from Chakwa's gone for Schlanhuapek. And if they take that, that'll be a real pain in the neck. Although we should be able to sneak in and take Chakwa off them, because without a garrison. So once these 2 units have trained, if we move out then and try and catch them unawares and hit them straight away. Great incantation of Chassar performed in the Dune Kingdoms. And they've been recruited, and you've got 1 more turn until that other one's ready, haven't you? So if you can train 2 of these normal units, we can take 1 of them, and we've got loads of archers already, but sod it, take another archer. Take another archer, and this is it, everyone. Now the ritual will be completed. Let's see what happens. Lots of ending turn, but this is always going to be the way when a ritual occurs, because I think it's best to just leave your army in the town, do the ritual, make sure it's completed, and then go back to your business. And all the while, of course, all the negative hate coming from Nagaron should be softening a bit, because we're not trespassing on their land anymore. And we're no longer at war with our allies. Oh, Ariel herself has come. You have successfully completed the ritual of rebirth, healing the world roots beneath Lothlorien and granting the forest its glory and sentience once more. The reinvigoration of the world roots in this region means that should the unpredictable Skaven emerge from their underground lairs here again, they shall risk the wrath of the Azrai and the powerful spirits now return to dwell amongst the glade's boughs and branches. 5,000 gold. Abundant growth for 10 turns, which is growth, public order, and leadership for any tree units. We got 1 unit of amber, which we can use on research. And deep root teleportation is halved for a time. The Queen emerges. Your recent efforts in healing the glades of the world have roused Ariel from the Oak of Ages. She has emerged to lend her strength to your great cause.
Supreme Defender of Lauren.
Hello. Welcome to our armies. She is, of course, a hero, not a legendary lord, and is thus able to move around and do things. But her skills, let's just have a look at these. She can restore massive amount of hit points and causes fear. Interesting. So that's handy. She has Word of Pain, which lowers their melee defense, melee attack, and accuracy of a targeted enemy. Shield of Thorns gives a unit melee damage and physical resistance, or base weapon damage is increased, and their physical resistance increased. Tempest causes major magical damage, so that's her first actual damaging spell. Good against flying, and strong versus a single unit, so she's not got a good tree extended one. Is this a standard school of magic that I am just unaware of? Or are these unique to her? She has Soul Stealer. Causes damage to combatants, absorbs hit points from enemies, and strong again versus a single. And then, the Dwellers Below. That one, we already know what that does, because the sisters have that. I think she might as well join their army, surely. Or should we send her south to join Thulas, so we've got two powerful ones with Thulas' army? It's just that she can't use the world routes, can she? Or can she, actually? No, it has to be an army, doesn't it?
Craving prey. Forest Queen.
Let's give it a whirl. See if she can use the world routes. No, she can't. Yeah, she has to be in an army to go down there. I could send Thulas up to get her, but that just seems worthless. That seems foolish. But anyway, so no one attacked us. The ritual did not lead to an attack. So for now, she might as well join with the sisters. But it just seems overpowered to have two in the sisters. The sisters are already powerful enough. They don't need support. It's just bloody miles away that she's got to go.
The aspect of Isha.
I just don't really want to take a unit out of their army to make way for her, to be honest. But you can probably go out, can't you? Just a standard Eternal Guard unit. Oh no, we've got loads of archers, haven't we? And we got the Hawk Riders as well. No. I am going to get rid of you.
Serene Naestra.
There we are. Quest successful. Embed a spell singer hero into the army. 1,000 treasury. The enigmatic Sisters of Twilight share as much of an otherworldly bond with the forest's fauna as with the forest itself. They are masters of the wild beasts, an advantage they use with frightening effect when fighting atop their loyal flying mounts to carry them through war-torn skies. Gwyndalor, the wise and even-tempered great eagle, and Caithan Har, the fearless and hot-blooded forest dragon. Wow, that's a very lengthy message. Next is move them to Venom Glade. Oh, and we're looking for the dragon, aren't we? Right, we're going to go and kill the Skaven in the Plain of Dogs, and then we will head off and find another tree to save, I think.
The sanctity of dawn.
We'll build both of those, which is good. And so I assume, as I say, that this now no longer has any plus or minus. Yeah, once the ritual is done, that forest no longer is no longer affected. And we can do all of these. So, upkeep for Dryad, Treeman, construction time for all buildings, missile resistance for trees, casualty replenishment is up in foreign, diplomatic with all factions. I think we're probably going to have to go for that. And ammunition, 35%, that's fantastic. Yewberry infusion for Dryads and trees, reload time for all armies is down, growth across the world, and recruitment duration for all units down by 1. Oh, that's handy. Income from settlement buildings up 10%. And Eternal Guard get expert charge defense, so that's cool. Winds of Magic down for Law of Beasts. And all ancient treemen north get Flock of Doom. Or the Wisdom of the Cypress. Gain 5 additional forest health for raising heathlands. Fire resistance for the treemen and vigor loss reduction for all infantry. So things that draw me in there is income from all settlements. Reduction in recruitment time. And other than that, I'm not overly bothered, to be honest. The others all have benefits, but they're all equal in my mind. Those are the ones that I would want the most. But we're going to start with the Wisdom of Ash. And we're going to get that in straight away and add a turn to our diplomatic relation plan. Because if we can get the Dark Elves liking us before time comes. Brilliant. I think we should push on Chakwa and we should just give it a damn good go. They're never going to be able to come back and claim the forest. And we can bring the sisters will be down here in a minute. So let's just do it. If I set you to march... they could attack you if I set you to march.
Let me think about it.
Almost certainly. But then it would mean that we could get there in one turn after that, doesn't it? Because now you're going to take 2 turns. I think you're still going to take 2 turns anyway. So no, we'll leave you as you are. We'll leave you as you are. Perfect. March our armies out. Everybody stand ready. I'd really like to get Clan Rictus off our back. I don't want to risk an attack from them again. Skaven are so annoying and boring to fight as well. I'm thinking the next place we're going to jump to is the deserts in the southeast, which is ruled at the moment by Wood Elves. Yes, diplomatic relations improved with all factions. Alright, keep going along to that.
Seeking purity.
Oh, what a surprise. Tretch Craventail. Your army is absolutely pathetic. Look at the balance of power.
Harmony shall reign.
I'm not going to fight that. It's overwhelming victory.
Cannot remain a threat.
We've defeated Tretch. Clan Rictus has been destroyed, and they are no longer a threat to us or anyone. Indeed, fantastic. Challenge to... Oh, we've already looked at that, haven't we? That's useless. Right, we are going to make you commanders now. We've got everything else that we wanted. Weapon strength for Hawk Riders, Great Eagle, and Forest Dragon, but no, I think we're going to want to go with Bolts of the Forest. So Glade Guard, Deepwood Scouts, and Way Watchers get increased missile strength. Ariel has also gained Isha's Blessing. Winds of Magic starting amount is up. Magic resistance is up. Hit points is up. Armor piercing weapon damage plus 25. That's not bad. Even part, although we never want you to fight anyone, so why would we ever get you to do that? She can replenish troops, cleanse corruption, and she's the specialist down here. Global and local recruitment duration -1 turn for Sisters of the Thorn units. Armor piercing missile damage up for Sisters of the Thorn. Leadership aura size and ward saves higher, and Winds of Magic down, and cooldown for bound spells and Sisters of the Thorn. She's really keen with these Sisters of the Thorn, isn't she? Let's go for Apotheosis and start down the spell line.
Twin defenders of the glades.
Right, repair that, and we built that one, so we want one that gives the most money, really. Income from raising, income from post-battle loot, Untainted and Public Order. Untainted and Public Order is probably better, actually. Sorry, we'll go Sacrificial Grounds.
When do we fight?
And that's it.
Only when
Other than that, we want to get them back to Lothlorien so that we can get them off into the forests. All right, and then the final building slot here. What do we go with? Do we just go with money to try and get more money? I'm tempted to go with money. I don't think I'm bothered with Spell Singer line. It gives Untainted, though, which is nice. More hero capacity, hero recruit rank for Spell Singers. The Forest Health team. I'm not bothered about the Forest Health. I think I'd rather be earning an extra 1,000 gold per turn. Yeah, I'm going to go down that line. Many people may disagree. Such is life. Thules, continue on your quest. Oh, you need to get there before he gets there.
Forest's vengeance.
She'll be there in a turn. And you guys... You don't want anything. I'm not going to be able to do anything with you. I'd really like to get you on side. I don't know why you don't like me. Oh, no, I do know why you don't like me. Because I'm a great power. Yes, of course. They are liking me more and more and more and more and more, but purely because I'm a great power, they I think none of it. Oh, the Cult of Pleasure is still at war with them.
No.
What of Nagaron?
I have never been much of a diplomat. I suppose.
There you go. Keep buttering him up. Keep buttering him up. Because as soon as we leave Lothlorien, we do not want to be backstabbed by Callous Dark Elves. So we've got to keep them happy. Oh, speaking of Callous Dark Elves, that's Nagaron. Oh, no, thank goodness. It's Cult of Pleasure. It's Cult of Pleasure. Ignore me. I just can't tell the difference between the signs. I don't think I'm going to fight that. It is just definitely going to be a loss. So we'll just take that as a loss. They didn't take it. Volilosh. Ah, Volilosh. Confederation. Oh, there it is. The Cult of Pleasure took the Forge Bound. I don't really want any of those things. I want you to improve the other things. Dragon Mask has been gifted. Has everyone got something? Let's have a look.
Itching for fresh battle.
Itching for fresh battle. Details. Your talisman is Refined Twilight Horn. Charge bonus, charge, speed, and speed. You know, I think that's good. Alright, let's change you along. Ariel, you've got a berry wine. Replenish troops. Replenishment is increased. Oh, you've got lots. You come with lots of things, don't you? Yeah, so she doesn't need any of this stuff. You can take a Hawk Companion there. And then lastly, Thules. Oh, you don't have a talisman. Good, you can take one. Winds of Power Magic Reserve. That's probably best, isn't it? Because she's a Winds of Power person. Yeah, take the Dreaming Ring. I can't give you either of those things, and there are no followers or banners. But there we are.
Spellweaver of Athel-Lauren.
Ah, Chakwa. Is that just a person on his own? Yes, it is. Good, good, good. Oh, but we can attack him then. Alright, here we go. Death or glory.
The blight.
Oh, it's not that good. Orc Biggins. Savage Orc Biggins. They've got a few more archers than the last one. Savage Orc Boar Boys, that's the real threat. They've got cavalry for once. And we don't have a huge army. But we've already shown that these orcs are poor in battle. They do not have good command strength. They do not have high morale. They are not capable of dealing mentally with the death and destruction we are about to literally rain down upon them. And I think that we will be able to beat them. We just have to hold our lines and use our archers well. Oh, let's gamble. No. 8. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Ah, reinforcements coming in over there. Is that all the reinforcements coming in over there? It looks like it is. Oh, bugger. Which just means that that hill there, which would have been the best place to set up. Oh, actually, with a little bit of cheesing of the game, I think that probably is still the best place to set up. Because we can pull back to this hill here and then hopefully not be affected too much by their cavalry running around behind us. Yeah, we're going to do it. Pause it, pause it, pause it, pause it, pause it, pause it, pause it. Right, so archers, just come and form a line for me across the back there like that. This is such a cheesy strat, but we're doing it, we're doing it. And then the main threat obviously is the cavalry, but we need to prepare the line for whatever's going to come. Those war dancers' spears have far more in their... They're much less disciplined, aren't they? Much less disciplined. Right, so you and you can all form a group then with that formation. And then you, who are all flanking units, come and stand down here. Let's get Thulas in behind, and let's make it happen, people. Quickly does it now, quickly does it. Savage Orc Biggins are going to get there. Turn around, turn around, turn around. Ah, nice. The archers just got in time. Oh, those Biggins are taking a pounding. I know that we attack them and everything, but... are they really going to walk all that way away? Move the lines forward. What have we got here? Savage Orc Boy Biggins. Savage Orc Boar Boys. Good, 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 good. The Orc Boys are running across the front of our line. Yes. The Boars are taken down with swift arrow fire. And they've charged square into Eternal Guard. The unit they least want to be attacking, to be honest. The main melee force is obviously moving off, but they've just abandoned their... Let's speed it up and just get those all killed off then. Everyone target those archers. And because we're so close to the edge of the map, when they run, they actually run. Alright. So we've dealt with the archers and we've dealt with the boars. So we want to ensure that we maintain our height advantage. But we will reposition our army. You guys all stay in a group and stay on that right hand side. Now, as I say, I know we attack them, so strictly speaking, they should come for us. But they really are taking their time about it, aren't they? Oh, and they are now coming back for us, and they're fanning right out. That's fine. Pull back, pull back, pull back, pull back.
Swift of foot! This instant!
With haste!
Change your positioning. Form more of a line. Curl everybody back. Cover the archers as best we can. There we are. Now the Eternal Guard has got that flank covered. Oh, we have number parity now. Oh, that's good. She can do that, but we haven't got any sort of large gatherings yet. Move further down here. That's going to be where you're needed. Archers, turn and face.
At speed! Aye! With me now.
Charge out and hit.
Wildwood Rangers.
Alright, Lulas, you could probably do it on there.
Weaver ready.
Give them a volley. Nice. Tree bursts forth and gives life. Right, let's get you guys further around and involved. Oh, no, look, you can charge into the side of those. But they need support.
Life must prosper.
Let's get the less involved. There's a perfect opportunity for a big tree to sprout right over here, methinks. Blast it, blast it. Oh, she got attacked just as we were doing it. Come on, punch it.
A song of ascendancy.
Nice, there we are. You can curl around and hit them.
Death to all.
We need to save those Wraiths of the Frozen Heart.
Bows of Athelard.
Bows of Athelard. Oh, an archer unit. Oh, no, it's Cracker, the war boss.
Weaver of fates.
I think we might have lost a unit. Something happened down here. Give them a blast. Oh, we got a lot of them running. A lot of them are running.
Ready. To the fray. Ready to weave.
She's done well. You can heal those, but it doesn't really do much on large groupings like that.
Spellweaver reaper.
He keeps hitting you with that blast, doesn't he? But it's not going to do him any good.
Yes.
Right, our northern army has beaten our foe. Let's pull them down. But more importantly,
Quickly.
pull the archers out so they're facing the right targets. You hit those savage orcs.
For Ariel.
Our bows are yours.
Curl into position. This is looking like we're soon to have mass routing. It is indeed mass routing.
Power of the forest.
So we'll do another one of them.
Blade guard.
Every archer we have. Go on. Yes. Nah, he's too far away. Kill a few more if you've got some more arrows in you. Yes. And the orcs die. And Chakwa is ours. We were aided massively by the indecision at the start there, with the orcs sending most of their cavalry in early doors. Cut them completely down. And then the bizarre desire to pull back and regroup. Hugely advantageous to our war effort. And the orcs are no threat. The orcs will trouble us no longer. I enjoyed that. Overwhelming archer superiority. The golden sword today goes to 209 Glade Guard. I believe those are the ones with the poison arrows yet again, proving that actually we should try and get poison arrows everywhere because they do the most damage. Closely followed, not closely followed actually, 50 kills away, another archer, but 50 kill separation is quite sizable.
Fate has no more need of them. I share the forest.
I think you'll
We fight
find
for Athelloren's future.
your
They
days here
cannot be
are
allowed
numbered.
to thrive.
Well done, Thulas, a worthy lord.
To the sands.
And you did lose a unit. Hot damn. Oh, can you get a regiment of renown? Have we got money? Yes, nice. Let's take the Enigmas of Giran. Zoats. Enigmas of Giran. I don't know why I called them Enigmas.
Spellweaver of Athelloren.
What should we do with you now? What should we do with you now? You could go on a unicorn, but no, we're waiting till the eagle. Oh, you got 2 skill points. Oh, nice. Ah, no, we're still getting you better along the bottom, aren't we? Improve our ambush chance. Open branches. There we are. Now we can finally get our quartermaster, which will help because for some reason, even though we've just taken a new province, we lose money. And as always, when you take a new location, foraging groves is usually the best. Public order and income growth, recruitment cost is down 50% with the World Route Path. I'm going to go World Route Path. Doesn't really make all that much difference, but that should now see Aaron Lasgallen earning money. Not money, earning forest growth. Yeah, and those are no longer affected.
When do we fight?
If we do you on that, will you get back quicker? Oh, ever so slightly.
When
Yeah.
do we fight? Only when necessary.
Oh, can we jump there now, even though we've just moved? Oh, do we want to, actually? Hang on. Take me back in. I think we probably want to move north and just take that off of the Cult of Pleasure so that they are far away from us and won't bother us. But with them holding... yeah, I see no alternative. Oh, we can get some great stag knights. Yep, I see no alternative. I think we should go and hit Ariel's Hall. It will make Nagaron hate us again, even more.
Will suffer for your clumsy attempts at diplomacy.
Our war with them at the minute is only -6, though. Ah, the ruler's tolerance to the heralds of Ariel gives us a 10 boost. Otherwise, though, we are soon to be... We really need the... Oh, that ruler's tolerance is the research we just got, isn't it? We need that 15-point boost, or they will just... They hate us just as a standard, because the game wants them to hate us, so they will hate us. So I think we do need to take Ariel's Hall, just so that there's no threat from the Cult of Pleasure, because they'll never ally with us. We either need them to join with Nagaron, so they become neutral to us, or we need to wipe them out. But once the Hall falls, their nearest provinces to us are far to the south and no longer a problem. So I think if we can just nip in, take that, and then we should be alright. Festival of the Equinox. Interlopers into the trickster's woods have been caught and brought before you to face justice. The sentence is clear death. Yet before you can pass judgment, one of the captors issues a brazen challenge. Oh, yeah, we've had that. Upkeep for war dancers and blade singers, recruitment, or public order and leadership all armies. Let's do with that. We're not training anyone.
Twin defenders of the glades.
If I move you into normal stance, no, you don't go as far. I assume in that one, they can intercept us.
Brave battle. Enjoy.
We can't attack anyone, and if we are intercepted and we're defeated, the whole army is destroyed. Ah, but it makes you immune to attrition. There they are.
Denied.
We will move in, wipe them out, and then we will jump her away. Now, as I say, the sisters are going to go to a different place because, as we've seen, Thulas has more than got this place locked down. But we need to go and kill him.
Show them doom.
And we can't get there yet. But we've got enough of a garrison to hold him back because he is literally alone. But he needs to die. Ah, Schlanhuapek has fallen. I'd love a defensive alliance with you. I have no affiliation with the people that you hate or like or are displeased with. I'd really like to be at peace with you. Just so that... Because if we can form a defensive alliance, then that will mean the forest will grow quicker. But we can go and get Schlanhuapek. It's fallen obviously to Skaven, so we're going to have to fight more Skaven. But we'll kill off these orcs, and then we'll go over and see what's happened in Schlanhuapek. We'll make sure that our army is fully healed, though, first, so we'll have to probably stop for a turn. Just to catch our breath. And then we'll move out. I do not know what threat or force of arms has taken the great city of Schlanhuapek. But the lifeblood of the land around that place feeds Erun Lasgalan, and it must be cleansed. Carried by elegantly hewn ships, our cousins have travelled from the distant lands of Ulthuan to visit us. Do we let them in? An audience with the elves. Research rate is up 10%. Diplomatic relations 20 with the high elves, but everyone hates us. Diplomatic is down with the high elves, but we get public order. Let's let them in. Sod it. I'd like to be researching. Oh, I ended the turn accidentally. I wanted to click on the research button and I clicked end turn. That means that the sisters did not move. Didn't move. It's alright. The end turns go by quicker now, so it's all alright. Ah, we intercepted him. Oh, fantastic.
My song.
That should be the death of them. Yes, it is. Good. And then that's actually helped us, because she now finishes her turn. Vaults of Winter. Aranok lies under the eternal summer sun, scarcely knowing night. The guests of this mystical and radiant part of the forest have been feasting endlessly, fattening themselves for the coming sacrifice. Many whisper that the time is now, yet the guests could yet continue to feast themselves into a greater state of readiness. Gorging income from all buildings, or just straight up treasury. Well, at the minute, income from all buildings, at its very most, is going to give us 130 for 10 turns, which is 1,300, so sacrifice them. Well done, Thulas. You're proving to be a... Oh, we don't really need course master. We actually make a lot of money now. It's always handy to have it, isn't it? But I don't think we should go for it straight away. No, we will. Get that up.
I commune.
Ah, she's got full health. Right, very well then. The task is clear. Find out who took Schlanhuapek, and if possible, return it to our peoples. Oh, it's Clan Pestilence. Of course it's the Skaven! Why would we think anything different?
For every Druki. If we must. The forest's vengeance!
You feel safe behind your walls, don't you, Volilosh? Well, you don't have any walls, and the Sisters of Twilight are now knocking on the doors of your homes. Shades, 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 archer shades, dread spears, dark shards. Dark shards are a bit of a pain. And those ones have shields, which won't... They've got a lot of archers.
We fight for the forest.
But they are up against the Wood Elves, and if it is archers that you seek, we have them by the 1,000. I fear not the force that stands before us. I fear only the repercussions of their overlords. But if we are swift, strike true and fast, then Nagarond may not have to know of their defeat. Cult of Pleasure will whimper back to their hold in the Southlands, and we can continue on, untouched by their wrath. Yay, we actually gained something. It's a fairly straightforward battle. Their reinforcing army is not currently known to us. Suggests it might come in on the side, which would be a pain. Why does it not always just come in behind? That's my question. And there, of course, is the city itself that we are not fighting in for reasons. Who knows what those reasons are, other than Dark Creative Assembly. They obviously know, but we do not. Otherwise, we've got a fairly nice little hill that we're going to move everyone to. So, come and stand here. Now, we don't really want to use the Hawk Riders to fly in and harass, because the enemy will just shoot us. But it's always worthwhile having some units who are able to just tick off your enemy while you position everyone else. Alright, and everyone else is ready in that corner. Pause it for now. Oh, no, they're reinforcing. There are no reinforcements. The army is just going to come at us. Well, that makes it a lot easier. Form a line. Don't worry too much about being flanked, because I don't think we will be. Archers behind. Sisters. Ariel, go in the centre there. Oh, you have got a lot, haven't you? Oh, she already has all of the spells. Oh, that's good. And there's the Dwellers Below. That's the damage dealer, as is Soul Stealer. But again, Soul Stealer and Tempest are both good against a single unit. Right. Deepwood fellows, you probably already better start moving back, as should the Hawk Riders, because the enemy will pursue you and will almost certainly shoot at you. Oh, she's large, isn't she, for a hero? She's almost as big as them on their ego. In fact, she is. Jesus, she's humongous. She also has a standard Acorns of the Oak of Ages, causes major magical damage, a large explosion area. That sounds very nice. Dart of Doom was magical damage, and the Berry Wine. And those are just abilities. Ah, so they come from her, all of the things that she holds. Can you Tempest him for me, please? No, you cannot Tempest him. Oh, does it only affect flyers? Oh, Volilosh is getting massacred. Give them an oak. Nice. Ah, so it's just a better version of that. Good to know, good to know, good to know. Hawk Riders. Don't stand there and take it. Volilosh is basically already dead, so they've got very poor leaders here today. And one of our Deepwood scouts got caught in battle. Make sure we use the volleys. Hit them with everything you've got. Oh, look at that! That is brutal! The damage! What on earth is happening? Sisters, you can do a dwellers as well. Did we do it in time? No. Just about. Just clip them. Deep would keep pulling them back. Hawk Riders. Oh, they're all routing. Jesus, this is going to be an absolute walkover. And there I was worrying. The enemy here is pathetic. What are we up against here? Children? They said children? Cover them with that. Let's do a Dart of Doom on someone. There it goes. Doesn't look very Doom-like. It's more sort of rainbow-esque. Oh, goodness gracious. Ariel, you're a demon. Well, we're definitely going to keep her in this army and turn this into a powerhouse of an army. Our Hawk Riders are taking a bit of a beating. The enemy does have a lot of range. What does the Berry Wine do? Restores up to 1,344 hit points. Jeez, that's fantastic. Summon in some more of them. Give us a blast of that. Let's try and actually get our melee units involved here. We don't actually have anywhere that's really attacking us, to be honest. What does Soul Stealer do? Ground enemy affects enemies in range, causes damage to combatants, absorbs hit points from enemies, and it's strong versus a single unit. Oh, they really are. Oh, she can't do that over there, that's disappointing. Let's just kill all of those off again with another volley in the same place. In they go. The volley smacks in. Look at the death toll. The death toll is catastrophic. You must contact me. Down they go. A simple victory in the end. Volilosh basically ran before anything even happened. And look at that. Ariel solidly taking the golden sword. She is a phenomenal combatant. 193 people died to the different spells and abilities of Ariel, the Queen of the Forests. Although having said that, the volley of Kernhaus was really close behind. Only 6 less kills for those Hawk Riders. That's fantastic. Deepwood Scouts getting 133, 137. Our archers just lit up the skies today. The Dark Elves have stepped into the wrong forests. But hopefully, this is our last transgression against the Dark Elves, and Nagarond will see it for what it was, a necessary evil. And they won't hold it against us.
Once more. They cannot remain a threat.
There we are. Follower gained. Follower gained. Now, as I say, they're going to hate us, but we'll see, we'll see, we'll see. Alright, let's get the one that does Untainted. Sacrificial Grounds. Yes. Public Order and Untainted. That one gives growth, casualty replenishment. Yeah, I'm not bothered about that. Yeah, we'll go Sacrificial Grounds. Right, well done, everyone here. Well done indeed. A worthy victory. Let's keep improving our archers. And then we'll go with the wings, because obviously we've got... The Hawk Riders are important. Oh, we lost those scouts, though. Well, let's upgrade them. And get the Way Watchers. Hawk Eyes of Drakira. And Ariel has increased as well. So she gets all of those already, and now we just make them better. She's phenomenal. This woman is phenomenal. What exactly is it that gives her the acorn? Oh, it's an enchanted item. Oh, I see. I see. And Dart of Doom is an enchanted weapon. Right. She's just fantastic, though, isn't she? Absolutely fantastic. Well done. I think, to be honest... Effect range. The thing about these is it never really tells you how much damage they actually do, does it? So the Acorn of Ages shows you causes major magical damage is all it says. But what that actually means is absolutely destructive. It just annihilates anyone it looks at. But it would be good to get an idea rather than just using the words major or not major. Causes damage to combatants. Absorbs hit points from enemies. Strong versus single combatant. Weak versus multiple combatants. Yeah, so those... And that one only affects flying units. Target if flying, yeah. So we rarely use that one, to be honest. But then I suppose it comes in handy every now and then, doesn't it? Winds of Magic starting amount magic resistance is up. Hit points is up. I think we might go with Isha's Blessing. Yeah, definitely. Let's just improve the skills she's already got before we start worrying about adding to them. Lothlorien can build again. Lothlorien is a powerhouse. Although they don't like me, which is odd. Corruption and taxes. The corruption's disappointing. But Untainted is winning, so the corruption will drop off. But there we are. Now, they would have hated that. Almost certainly. Military action against the Cult of Pleasure, war with the Cult of Pleasure, but...
Speak. I should cut you down for wasting my... No.
I managed to get a peace agreement with you, your former incarnation. Why do you hate the idea of peace so much, you fools? They're almost certainly going to be absorbed into Nagaron. They've now only got 3 regions. 2 regions by the looks of it. Oh yeah, look, we've got the lizard men making their way north. Alright, and then in the south. Did we end the turn? No, we didn't. So let's end the turn. And as we close in on the end of this additional episode. So as I mentioned in the Ended Wythe episode...
Indeed.
Oh, what's going on here?
Tolerance has passed.
Clan Pestilence. Non-aggression pact. Who are you at war with, though? No, you're at war with everyone I want to be at war with, so no. I am hoping, ideally, as we move forward, to do... I was hoping, of course, to record the Warhammer episodes much in the same way that I did with... he's not called Ecthelion, isn't he? Much as I planned to do with Eltharion. In that I would record them in batches. So I'd do like 4 videos at once and upload them all at once. But I haven't actually proved to have had as much time as I'd wanted to do that. So instead, what I will hope to do is just record 2 episodes a week of the Warhammer and release them in that time. So rather than releasing at the same time, there'll just be another video each week. Declare war. I do not care what faces us.
Bring the blight.
That's good that we've declared war, because that will make the Itza like us even more.
We fight for Athel Lauren's future.
Oh, he ran away.
Wants to arrive. We fight for the forest.
Yeah, well, we'll just take that and sit in
They
it. Yeah.
cannot be allowed to thrive.
Goodbye, Clan Pestilence. Shenlet. Warlock Master.
Spellweaver.
And that means we'll get healing. It's just a shame that we get basically nothing out of these places. You can't even build 2 buildings. I mean, come on. Alright, so what we're most worried about here, really, is garrison. So, Wild Riders, War Dancers, and Treekin, not very defensive. Glade Riders, Grey Eagle, and Glade Guard, relatively defensive. That's the most defensive, and that gives 2 Hawk Riders and 2 Treekin. The Treekin are quite defensive. I'm tempted with that one, though. I don't know. Nah, so I'm going to go with the Waystone. Just so that we get a little bit of a garrison.
Growth and life.
But yeah, it's rubbish. It's the only problem with the Wood Elves. Our forests get ridiculous garrisons. You get a whole extra army from the forests. But elsewhere, it's a different story. Not a great one. But there we are. That's excellent news in the south. We've taken some more of the Heathlands, and hopefully the Itza are now going to like us so much that the Defensive Alliance will soon come. I'll be very keen with the Defensive Alliance for them, and I'm surprised that even offering 8,000 they don't want it. But we just got to wait for them to like us more, which they will do. Because the Great Power aversion is now entirely cancelled out with that research, which means it's in our own hands now. I hate the Great Power aversion. I just think it's such a cheesy joke. And it's one of the things that I really don't like about Warhammer 2. But there we are. The north is now relatively secure. And I think Thulas will be fine in the south, so we'll leave her in the south. And we will head off. And we could go to Gain Vale, which is probably more appropriate because it has been destroyed was some time ago. So we should probably move down to there to take that as our next stop, really. But then that will bring us into war with the Cult of Pleasure again, because they are slowly taking the Isle of Ulthuan. Alternatives, of course, are to go down to Orion's Camp, the Forest of Gloom, Griffinwood, or Laurelorn Forest. But once you hit those ones, I feel like those are all sort of grouped together. So it's either going to be Gain Vale or Orion's Camp. And I think what I might do is go down to Orion's Camp. I don't really want to stir... I want to get a defensive alliance with Nagaron, to be honest. That's the whole point of our research tree. We're only 15 turns away now from having a 15% boost with the Dark Elves. Which gives us plenty of time to just leave Nagaronde and the Cult of Pleasure alone. We'll go down to Orion's camp. We'll take that forest, and then we can secure an alliance with these once we've got that plus 15 boost. Because the 15 boost helps cover the aversion that they feel against us. So that will help massively. Once the military actions against the Cult of Pleasure and the war have passed, then they'll only dislike us by -5. No, they're going to hate us forever. We're going to be on the teetering on the edge of war with them forever and a day. But anyway, that's all for another episode. For now, I'm going to end this one here. So thank you very much for watching, if indeed you have. I do hope you've enjoyed this as much as I've enjoyed playing it. And I hope, as with myself, you're all looking forward to Warhammer 3 at the end of this year. What a thing that will be. But for now, and until then, and until we speak again, na bhair na den perimad melonin, and farewell.